Good morning, everyone. Namaste. We're going to ask Archangel Michael to place a white light of protection around us, and we're going to read more, guys, out of my 12 laws of the universe. And we are on law number 10. It is the law of polarity. It is said there's two sides to every story. Everything has an opposite on the same continuum. How would you know what heat is if you didn't experience cold? How would you know the feeling of joy if you never felt sad? You need one to experience the other. This is the essence of polarity. So let's take a moment to be grateful for the bad things in life that allow us to experience the good things. I live in a climate where we have very cold and dreary winters, but I have learned that this is what makes the joy of spring such a wonderful experience, and what makes me love and appreciate hot and sunny days even more. I second that. All truths are but half truth, and every truth is half false. There are two sides in everything. Opposites are identical in nature, yet different in degree. The Kabbalah. We apply the same concept to our emotions through despair of losing a loved one due to an illness. We can learn and appreciate our health instead of taking time with family and friends for granted. It's a very good point. Without sadness, how do we know what happiness actually looks like? Without one, the other one ceases to exist. All our human emotions are a part of all the human experience and serve as a greater purpose, whether they feel good or not. Since all points on the emotional continuum are necessary to provide a complete life experience, we can accept the negative emotions have a purpose. If we are angry or sad or depressed, this is a valid emotion with a reason. What does it teach you? We tend to resist and suppress these emotions because they don't feel right. However, once we go beyond the point where there will be some important information that will help in emotional and personal growth. Your advice. Negative emotions are inevitable and necessary. Without them, we could not know what positive emotions are. The goal is to accept the emotions instead of focusing on resisting it. Accept it and focus on how we can help you move on. When considering the law of polarity, the most important thing is to remember that absolutely everything has an opposite. It is the existence of these opposites that allow us to understand our lives. Therefore, when you experience some difficulties, it will help you to truly appreciate the good development ahead. By remembering this regularly, you can improve your ability to be resilient during difficult times. For example, although a bad breakup is painful, it will teach you what does not work for you in a relationship, and it will help you to find what works in the end. The law says that everything in the end, life has an opposite, good and evil, love and fear, hot and cold. The key is to understand what these two sides are the same coin. Use this mantra to work with the law. All contrast brings me more clarity. If you are faced with a difficult situation like a breakup or a health issue, for example, tune into what the opposite looks like, which may reveal a new perspective or lesson. A law can play a big role when you study the meaning. However, the simplest term, everything has two opposing parts. For example, low and high, slow and fast, white and black, confused. I know this can be very intense. But think of it this way. Everything is good. With good comes bad. Conversely, for example, if you are in a bad situation, then there also must be good in it. Whether it's from what you learned from the situation or what happened after the incident. Nothing is completely wrong, no matter how you look at it. Everything has an opposite side. If there is an increase, there is also a decrease. If there is a light, there's also darkness. It cannot exist without the other. Experiencing these polarities is a part of the human experience. They also help us to learn from our mistakes and help us to identify what we don't want so that we can be more aware what we do want. I love you all. Have an amazing day, and namaste.